Tuesday, February 3rd. This is Scouting the League, 5 days away from Super Bowl 60 between the Patriots and Seahawks. You can watch it for the commercials if you're a bum. I will personally be turning off the halftime show, but the actual game, now that is what I am excited about. Two teams with defensive-minded head coaches, quarterbacks, their first time playing in the Super Bowl, and so much more. We get into all of that and what I will be looking for today. But first, make sure you head over, like, subscribe, and share this podcast wherever you are listening or watching, whether it's on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or that video portion over on YouTube. Hit those buttons. Subscribing helps us out a lot. Hitting those 5 stars boosts this podcast wherever it's at, and sharing it with a friend. That is the big thing we want you to do. If you love ball, you're listening, you're tuning in, share it with somebody else that needs to be listening and getting educated on all things scouting, whether it's that scouting trait series that we're doing every Monday, conversations with guys like assistant GM for the Colts, Ed Dodds, or anything in between. Make sure you are letting them know insight you won't find anywhere else in the scouting world. So make sure you're tuning in wherever you're at. Questions on who I am, what my background is, head over to rsafootball.com. That is my website. I am Rodrik David. I am at RightStepADV on Twitter. Make sure if you're a scout or aspiring scout, you check out everything we have over at thescoutingcommunity.com. Hit me with questions. You probably already have my number. If not, send me a message. We will get you connected, get you things that you didn't know you need. Maybe you know you need it, just don't know where to find it. All of it for scouts and aspiring scouts at thescoutingcommunity.com. While you're there, make sure you check out our partners over at bluemaca.com. Use code scouting20 at checkout to get a little discount on that order. Upgrade every pair of shoes you have, whether you're a scout, whether you're an athlete training for the combine, pro days, or if you're just somebody that wants a more comfortable pair of shoes. A pair of shoes is just a pair of shoes. Upgrade it with those insoles at bluemaca.com. Code scouting20. Make sure you plug it in there. Let them know we sent you, and you'll get a little discount as well. So bluemaca.com. Make sure you check me out this week as I join my guys over on the Blindside Blitz at Grumbling Media, Joe DeCapita, Jimmy McPhee, as we talk All-Star Game, Super Bowl Draft, and more. And if you haven't put it on your calendar yet, the Inside the League seminar at the NFL Combine, February 25th, 5:30 p.m. Eastern in Indy. Scouting the League will be there live streaming the event on Twitter and YouTube. So make sure you check us out everywhere you're at. If somebody that you know wants to tune in, maybe see get an award, maybe see what goes on at the Combine in one of our little scouting sections, make sure they have the link, set your reminders. Scouting the League there, February 25th, 5:30. So what am I going to be looking for this week in the Super Bowl? Again, have to start at the quarterback spot. Again, we know how important the position is, and we got two guys coming into this game that are kind of have had a little bit different postseason so far. Again, I don't think it's going to be on the arms of the quarterback. I think the legs will be the key. But again, you talk about Drake May from the Patriots. He's been pretty average. Again, you could even argue a little bit below average this postseason. 55% completion percentage, 5 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Again, those numbers aren't bad. There was a young New England Patriots quarterback that arguably had worse numbers than that. And when he won his first Super Bowl, yeah, you might want to credit the head coach for that one, but we won't touch that one. 15 sacks this year, 6 fumbles, big numbers for Drake May. We're going to discuss that a little bit more. Has run for an average of 47 yards per game, and you really saw those legs show up late in that Denver game. I expect Drake May and his legs to be a part of this game plan one way or another. Again, we know Drake May has the athletic ability to do it. We know he can get it done. The Super Bowl is a game where maybe you can take an extra hit or two. You're probably going to have a little bit more quarterback designed run in this game plan. If you're Josh McDaniels and the New England Patriots, Drake May can get it done. He's going to have to get it done. Again, you go back and watch the snow game, the blizzard. Again, the ball is not going to be thrown late in that game, and yet Drake May gets it done with his legs. I fully expect his legs to be a part of this game plan, and I fully expect the Seahawks to know that. Over on the flip side, you got Sam Darnold, who's completed nearly 70% of his passes this postseason, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. He's been sacked just 5 times. But again, 3 rushing attempts, just 9 yards, 1 fumble there. Again, with Sam Darnold, you're talking about the outside zone play action boot game. You expect getting his legs going, probably buying a little bit more time to get the ball downfield to Jackson Smith-Njigba, Cooper Kupp, or Rashid Shaheed. Again, it's not going to be about the rushing yardage. It's going to be just about the time to throw for Sam Darnold. For both these quarterbacks being comfortable using their legs, maintaining a pocket, getting outside the pocket, and pushing the ball down the field with good eyes, good vision down the field is something both these quarterbacks are going to have to do. Both guys, when they've had to do this, have looked uncomfortable this postseason. Drake really pulls it down, really relies on his legs. Again, that's why that sack number has been up there. Again, some of them really at the line of scrimmage, maybe just -1 sacks. But again, he is pulling the ball down quick, not keeping the eyes downfield. Again, maybe the weather dictated against Denver some. But again, this is a guy at 55% completion. He would rather take a sack or try to run than force the ball into a spot. On the other side, again, Sam Darnold, you really saw him get real comfortable real early against San Francisco. That dictated the game plan a little bit against the Rams. Again, I thought I saw some opportunities for him to push the ball down the field. He held it. He ran around, spiked the ball into the ground when it came time to throw. Just wasn't quite comfortable moving him around, manipulating the pocket, getting the ball down the field. Their legs are going to be huge factors. Again, I expect Drake May, again, that number 47 average per this season or this postseason, I expect that to be north of 50 yards if this is going to be a successful offensive game plan for the Patriots. For Sam Darnold, it's really going to be that sack number. Keep the sacks down. If he can do that and keep that completion percentage up near 70%, that's going to spell good news for the Seattle Seahawks. Again, I think it's going to be very tough for both these guys to be comfortable in the pocket, and we're going to talk about that as we go. Again, we talk about protecting Drake May. One of the reasons that Drake has been uncomfortable is Will Campbell has shown the deficiencies perhaps that the NFL knew was going to be the case when he came into New England. Again, Will Campbell, really good, highly consistent player without elite level left offensive tackle traits, and a rookie playing, again, one of the 3 premier spots for your NFL team. Again, there have been times where Will Campbell has just flat gotten beat. And again, Drake May, unfortunately, knows that has been the case. Will Campbell against the Broncos stepped up, played a better game plan, and yet that Denver defense still got after the pocket by doing different things to do it. I expect Will Campbell to be attacked by the Seahawks defense. I expect this to play an impact Drake May in the pocket. It's going to force help over to that side, whether it's a tight end, whether it's a running back, whether it's the offensive game plan overall. If the Seahawks can get after and attack Will Campbell and force Drake to think about what Will Campbell's doing, that certainly plays into the Seahawks' hands. I expect Will Campbell to play his best game of the postseason. But again, this is going to be the tallest task he has seen yet against the Seattle defense that's really going to get after it. On the other side, it's going to be that Seahawks offensive line and really their communication. Guys from that Patriots defense coming from every different direction, different looks that probably haven't been put on film by the Patriots this year. Again, you want to get Sam Darnold seeing ghosts. Again, getting 5, 6, 7 up in the box, dropping out, or hey, it looks like a light box, maybe 3, just a 4-man rush, and we got 2 extra guys coming. Again, get Sam thinking, get Sam seeing ghosts. It is the Bill Belichick game plan that Mike Vrabel has used, coming with whatever that cup of tea is that week. Again, it's going to be fundamentally sound. It is going to be well thought out, and it is going to put Sam Darnold and that offensive line in a lot of conflicting spots to get everything right, or there's going to be free runners. There's going to be Sam hitting checkdowns, which again, the Patriots are going to sit on those and expect a ball to be turned over. So again, I expect that offensive line communication to be so huge for Seattle to make sure Sam feels comfortable back there. I expect both these offenses really to be conservative in the first half, conservative couple first drive. We're going to see a lot of running back, a lot of run game, stretch it out, get teams both playing sideline to sideline. Going to get multiple running backs on the Patriots side. Again, we're going to see a lot of run game. Again, get to the second half, and then we'll find a way to win. That's what both these teams have done all year. The Patriots have won some ugly down to the wire games. The Seahawks have won it both ways, getting out in front and running away with it, or playing tough, dirty, gritty defensive football in the second half. I expect both these teams to really look for the second half to flex their muscles. For the Patriots, I expect lots of running back. I expect lots of screen game, tight ends involved underneath. They got a couple of good ones, good possession guys, slowly, methodically move the ball down the field in a outside zone. Lots of Kenneth Walker, lots of run game for the Seattle Seahawks. One of the really interesting matchups I'm looking is, what do the Patriots do with Christian Gonzalez? Again, everybody, hey, put him on the number one guy, put him on Smith-Njigba, let him go work. That's not the tactic that I expect, nor that I think the Patriots will use. I think they're going to, play a little bit of a roll zone to Smith-Njigba. Let's get more bodies. Let's get it really cluttered. Let's take away the clean, easy one-on-one throws where, again, he can adjust and he can win one-on-one balls. And let's get Christian Gonzalez versus Rashid Shaheed. Let's take away the deep ball. Let's take that, again, just chucking it deep to a player that's really fast. Let's take that matchup away. Let's roll coverage to Cooper Kupp, Smith-Njigba. Play defense that way, and we're going to win our battles. Again, if Sam Darnold sees Gonzalez over there one-on-one versus Rashid Shaheed, again, you may shy away from that number one corner. You may not like that opening against a guy that's really more vertical than adjust, come back, and find the ball. Again, you saw it show up in their game against the Rams. The deep ball really impacted that game. Again, Smith-Njigba is going to get his balls. The ball is going to get to his side, to Cooper Kupp's side as the game goes. Let's get extra defenders there. One-off ball in zone coverage is going to give us a better opportunity to get our hands on the ball. So again, as good as Christian Gonzalez is the NFL receiving leader in Smith-Njigba, I expect Gonzalez to be over on Rashid Shaheed, play some one-on-one, play some different coverages, roll to the other side away from Christian, play some good defense. That's what I'm going to be expecting. That's what I'm going to be looking for. How do they play that matchup with Christian Gonzalez, a really good corner? Take away the offense, defense. We got good kickers on both sides of this one. I expect, again, everybody in the analytics world to be a little mad. I expect it to go a little more old school, take some points. Take the points in this game. There's going to be a time, there's going to be some fourth down conversions. They're going to make sense, but I believe there's going to be times where the teams are going to opt for points in this one, take the field goals, play defense, and get it done. Again, the field goals are going to matter in this one. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. I think it's going to be a tight game. It's going to be within that field goal, so points are going to matter. I think it's going to be an outstanding one. I think the Seahawks ultimately have an edge for me in this one. I think it's low scoring. It is incredibly hard for me to pick against Mike Vrabel, against Elliott Wolf. Again, this coaching staff, I think extremely highly. The way they have gotten it done, really against most people's expectations this year. But ultimately, I think the Seahawks roster is about a year ahead of where the Patriots are. If you told the Patriots this year that they would be in the Super Bowl, obviously you're ecstatic. Honestly, I think they'd say, hey, let's wait one more year. Let's get another draft, another free agents period, another year in this culture under the belt, and then we'll get there. Hey, we're a year ahead of schedule. Let's go get it done. Good teams find a way to get it done. I expect Vrabel to take this thing and get it right to the edge. But again, I think the Seahawks are just really a year ahead in the way this roster has been built. You've got a slightly more veteran quarterback that has done a little bit more in his career, ultimately gets a little more comfortable in this game than Drake May ever does. I think the Seahawks get the edge for me. But again, I'm expecting a low-scoring game. And again, I'm going to be ecstatic for whichever side of this one wins it. Great people, great scouting departments, great scouting staffs on both sides that have helped get it to where it is today. Two GM candidates, John Schneider and Elliott Wolf, that are absolutely good at what they do, should be winning awards every year, as well as everybody else on their staff. So what are you going to be watching? What do you think that key matchup is going to be? What are you going to be watching for? Let me know at RightStepADV on Twitter is where you can let me know, what did I not look at that you think I should be? Make sure you join us every day for football talk you won't hear anywhere else. Most importantly, make sure you keep scouting.